Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Jake Wild. Continuing our playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club. And, the camera is zooming in. Okay, if you saw the last episode, great, because I don't know how to fucking explain it. Sorry died. Yeah, spoilers. Well, fuck you. Anyways, we're continuing. I don't really know what to do. In the last episode, there was, I didn't realize it when I was recording, but in the very back right here, and the camera's still zooming in. Great. In the very back, you could see a picture of Sari being hanged. Which is very disturbing, but anyways, let's continue. Hi again, McFucking Bob. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Yeah, and it's the same dialogue, but who the fuck knows what's gonna happen. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, McFucking Bob. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Yeah. Shit gets fucked up, Yuri. Alright, so my mindset on how this game is going to end is Yuri's gonna die, Nasuki's probably gonna die, and then we're gonna be stuck with Monica, but I don't know much further than that. Or it's my guess. But we'll see if I'm right. Making you yeah. What the shit? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had business to attend to. Anyways, Monica showed up and she's blocking the fucking screen. Sook certainly have big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in the club room. God, I can't read this shit. What the fuck? Nasuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. It's the same dialogue. Monica is literature, swiftly defeated. Nasuki plows back into her seat. I'm sorry, McFucking Bob. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Nasuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no to either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. What? I didn't mean it like that. Ugh. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Fucking yes, Yuri, we know what this is about. Oh, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. What the shit? Stop it, Google. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, because I know you. Even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Oh, Yuri. God damn it. Where's the hanging picture of, Sari? I mean, what is that back there? I don't know. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Is she? I don't care. She even picked it, Sari's dead. It's fucking heartbreaking. God damn. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. But as we know, I don't. Kind of. I enthusiastically take the book. Oof. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Alright. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Okay, I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, for some reason. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me, and more than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah! Crap! What? I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. Ooh, how romantic. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just pacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Doh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. The shit? What the fuck's happening? It's moving! How far is this gonna go? I can wait. Look at this shit! What the fuck? What the shit? What the shit? It's like gone. The game's falling apart. I wanted to reread some of it. There it goes. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Because it's up. And not down. I'm struggling here. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Well, Yuri, who gives a shit? Is that so? What's the story about anyway? It's about bullshit. Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov, which sounds Russian. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. How exciting. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Holy shit. I don't think this was what the last book you gave me was. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. I like dismembering people. The book, I mean... The book! Nothing more! Well, we already know you're into knives, so as far as we know, you are a fucking serial killer by night. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of grotesque. Yes, Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere, Yuri. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, McFlickin' Bob? Oh no, I too, during my pastimes, like going out into the middle of the night and dismembering people. It's quite a relaxing hobby. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of things, so don't worry. I hope so. I hope we get to dismember people at the same time together someday. Maybe, Yuri, maybe if you play your cards right, I work alone. But maybe. Just maybe. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that kind of story. It's that kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people. And we're all worthless anyway. What the shit? I don't think that's what the dialogue is supposed to be. What then? What the fuck just happened? I'm rambling, aren't I? I was not paying attention, Yuri. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole butt... I'll look at that later in post and see what that said. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. And in fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? What the fuck? Okay. As you all know, I'm scared very easily. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! What the fuck's going on? Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Aww, look at this bullshit. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready, McFlukenbob? That depends on what you're asking for, Yuri. No and yes. I'll let you decide. Yeah. To turn the page. Oh, yes, sorry. I was not thinking about anything else, Yuri. Why would I do that? I'm McFlukenbob. I'm a rape. No. I am a perfectly decent human being. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. She's been looking at me creepily for like the last minute. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? Because you're a fucking dumbass. And don't know how to fucking read. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Look at that cheeky fucking smile. What is that shit? It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me. So I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a little silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Yeah? What the fuck?! That is a really... This game is freaking me the fuck out! What is this shit? Is it just me, or does her neck seem abnormally long? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you're talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Never mind. Stop being creepy, Yuri. Now you're freaking me the fuck out. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Are you feeling alright? Yeah. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine! What the fuck is going on? What the fuck's happening? I just need some water. Yeah. Alright, don't push yourself, Yuri. Yeah, you're goddamn. 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 Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What the fuck? I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Yep. She ran away because something fucking weird's going on. What on earth was that about? McFlukin Bob? Did something happen just now? Yes. Yuri's heart is about to stop. I think she might be having a heart attack. I mean... I don't know what you want me to fucking say, Monica. You fucking bitch! I hate her. I hate her so much. Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. A little strange? So you don't know anything. I've got some theories in the works. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. What the... Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should we show our poems to first? Well, Yuri's dead. What the... Let's start with Nisuki. I told Nisuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I asked that. I think I already went over this joke. Yeah. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. We've already been over this. Monkeys can fly, clippers can leap, horses can race, owls can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I don't like it. What? Just be honest. I am. I'm running out of material, guys. I don't know what to do. I'm repeating the same jokes. Why are you so convinced that I would like it? Well, you're obviously a novelist, McFlickin' Bob. Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and shit. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I don't understand Nisuki. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it all flat and such. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a... You know what, Nisuki? I hate all of you. Equally. I'm a fair person. My hatred is scattered around at equal proportions. Just for you. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nisuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. And finally, Monica. Hi, McFlukin' Bob. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, McFlukin' Bob. I'll only judge you a little bit. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, McFlukin' Bob. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. Good for you. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort. Nah, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Oh dear. Aw, shit. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more than glad to look at all of the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I'm always feel that way, you know. I see. So you're a faker. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the Wall. We've already read this. Just do a quick see. Is there anything that we missed? No, I don't think we've read this before. I think it's different. But he wasn't looking at Hole in the Wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandished my pen. Interesting. So what do you think? I feel like we will be learning more about this poem later, Monica. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. You know, it's that kind of style that has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany. I wonder how long I was saying that wrong. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh god. Kill your subjects slowly, so you get all of the enjoyment out of it. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on the specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thank you, Monica. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Thanks for listening. Yuri! As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional! What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Yeah? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Well, Yuri, we've already been over this, for fuck's sake. Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant to, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's a specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing is I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but putting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, we already know this, Yuri. Never mind. Yeah, sure. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. No, go ahead. Say all you want about Natsuki. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the lights. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. These poems are shorter. I'm sorry I such a... Yuri, you're a fucking idiot. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Miflupa. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering at her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot of solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course, Yuri. Oh, you know, I was really nervous about all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, McFlickin' Bob. Alright, you do that. Me too. And we're done. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. you guys hear that? Wait. No? Okay, it might have just been me. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Isuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Isuki eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nasuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the point of symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and McFlickenbob did too. Don't drag me into this. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which this is not. Damn, that was a cut so deep. I wasn't going to continue that. Which I haven't yet. And McFlickenpop liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nasuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh, God. Here we go. That's not what I... Oh, you know, you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that McFlickenbob appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would be myself. Some logic for that. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as McFlickenbob started showing up. Been here, done that. Nasuki! Nasuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Oh, and Sari's not here, because she's dead, to resolve this, so... We'll get the... What the... What the fuck is happening? Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Nasuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch! Holy shit! Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by just dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? That's what I thought. As we saw last time we interacted with Yuri. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? I mean, we're not surprised. What the fuck is wrong with your head? This game has no bounds! Yeah, go on. Let McFlukenbob hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me, as if she just noticed I was standing here. McFlukenbob! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Well, I guess I get to pick somebody then. This game is broken, and we're all alone in this journey together. Okay, so it's gotta be Yuri. I mean, because I fucking hate Nasuki. No. Yuri! 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 No! No! No, don't do this! You bitch! This is... I am very terrified, guys. Monica. Fuck you. Monica? I'm putting my goddamn foot down. Monica, with respect. Monica? Hey, McFlukenbob? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? What the fuck is happening? Okay. Sorry about that. What the... What the fuck's going on? They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes. Yeah, you know, if only you didn't kill Sorry. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? No. No. Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Nasuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. God damn it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms over her forehead. Oh, look who it is. Look who's here. Yuri? I didn't mean it! I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. McFlukenbob, please don't hate me. Please! I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Nope. Completely. That's not fucking horrifying. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. There's no music. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Flickenbob. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. It is a very enthusiastic sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate... You know what? We're just gonna fucking cut the episode here. I need a second to process what the fuck is going on. So, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.